Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, we're going to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachach Barash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Yasharallah that rule well. And salutations to you, Achim, out there in the highways and the byways, preaching this word in truth and in sincerity. And we're just gonna do a little quick lesson on this article right here. Because if you brothers haven't been aware, there's a big protest going on Brazil, and of truck drivers, basically because of the high diesel fuel prices, which means which trucks are very important, man. Just a truck missing one of its routines to go deliver whatever it is that it's carrying, that could have a heavy impact on the economy,
Because you see the food without the trucks running, there's a scarce of food, so there's less food, less water, so that means the prices are gonna go up.
Inflation.
It's inflation right there, man. Without the trucks functioning, man.
Yeah, and I believe it says that right here. It says that yep. Now I'm gonna hit a couple points. We'll put the link in the description so you brothers can get into it and read for yourselves. This is right here. It says the blockade has caused the cost of food and other products across the country to skyrocket. Like the brother was saying. It says, as supermarket shelves were stripped bare, many schools canceled classes and hospitals reported running out of supplies. There were reports of shortages in Rio de Janeiro, Sao Paulo, Brasilia, Recife, Porto Alegre, and Congonhas. Highways were also choked by the blockading drivers in Curitiba, the largest city in the Brazilian state of Pará. So right there it shows you, and it's only been less than a week, about 6 days, so this is all that has happened within those 6 days, chaos is happening all over the world, man. What the Lord said He was gonna do, or the signs He says we're gonna see are happening right before our eyes.
They're gonna accomplish, and they're not gonna come back void, man. They're gonna prosper.
Exactly.
What He says, man, it's gonna happen.
Yep. Venezuela. Spain. Greece. All of them are the people are uproaring, doing protests. Hawaii is getting destroyed by the volcano. All this chaos is happening, man, and soon what's happening in places like Venezuela and Brazil, soon is gonna happen to America.
And how much more, in America, man? People out here in America, man, they're spoiled, man. They don't know how it feels to be poor, man. How it feels like in these other, like in Iran, Syria, man. They're not getting bombed and stuff like here in America. Their kids are not dying, so these people have not experienced that stuff, man. They don't know how it feels, man. So when shit hits the fan over here, man, people are gonna feel it, man. There are people don't know how to farm over here. People don't know what crops or what wild weeds you can eat, man. People are here gonna be eating rats, cats, dogs. People are gonna go crazy over here, man.
An example of you seeing that is Black Friday, when people are going to the store to fight over old backstock of items. This is them fighting over just TVs and VCRs and toasters and shit.
Shit that they don't need.
Shit they don't even need, but when they get to fight for shit in the store, they're gonna be like ravaging beasts, man, killing each other, beating each other over the head for a loaf of bread. It's gonna get down to that. Just one single loaf, no, a slice of bread. They're gonna beat each other over the head
For a little crumb.
For a little crumb.
For a little crumb. They're gonna be killing each other.
For the crust of the bread that you peel off before you eat a sandwich or something. They're gonna be fighting over that. It's gonna get down. It's gonna get that wild and that real, especially over here in America. And these are just tall tale signs that it's coming here next.
Yep, that's right. You know, hey, the Lord is giving you giving us examples. You know, so if we see how those people, we're seeing how those people are reacting. You know, and like the brothers are saying, America's reaction to what's happening around the world is gonna be way worse. You know, this is gonna be way worse, man. Hey, Brazil and like Venezuela, they aren't as spoiled as America, as rich as America. You know, so they're somewhat used to suffering and all that. How America's is fucking spoiled, man.
People here in America, man, they're asleep to what's going on around the world, man. You know, they're too busy worrying about what they're gonna do for Memorial Day, going out to parties, and you know, they're not into the news, man. Looking into articles, man. You know, people don't see the economy here in America collapsing. You know,
They don't see the roof falling in.
you know,
Right.
The roof falling in, and they just still laying in the bed. And it's like all kinds of heavy stuff on top of the roof. So once it falls in, it's just everything gonna fall on you and crush you. And that's how these people gonna be.
They don't.
Hey, that's right. We can start with this one. It's the second Esdras, chapter 9, verse 1. It says, "He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of these signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made." You know, so he's telling you, hey, the Lord is saying, like, when you see these signs, that means I'm about to return. You know, and hey, we've been seeing a lot of signs. You know, and we just mentioned a couple of them. Verse 3, it says, "Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world," you know, which is what we're seeing in Brazil, uproars of the people, them protesting against their government, you know, and in this case, it's for the high fuel prices, you know. But the point is, it's an uproar, you know. And then, you know, and if you're paying attention, RT is a good source for you to find out what other countries are having uproars. You know, the whole over there in Europe, there's a lot of countries having uproars. You know, that's like the new trend now. Everybody's doing it. You know, and that's through the Spirit. That's because the Lord says so. It says, "Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning." You know, so Brazil, that happening to Brazil, you know, with this protest, which I hope it keeps on going, so it could just, you know, fuck everything up, you know, so we can get closer to our salvation, you know. But that's one of those signs, man. That's just adding to the other uproars that are going on around the world, meaning the end is closer. You know. Yeah, that was it on that.
I got a precept. It's the book of 1 Peter 4:17. And
all right, go ahead.
Book of 1 Peter chapter 4 verse 17. "For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High," you know, which is Israel. All right, and that's what you're seeing, man. Judgment is beginning at the house of Israel, man. You know, especially to the northern kingdom, right there in South America. There in Venezuela is going through the famine. Brazil is experiencing it right now. You know, Puerto Rico got hit with that hurricane left them without power. You know, we're reading on at the house of the Most High, and if it first begin at us, all right. So judgment is beginning at us, man. All right. What shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel, man? So, hey, what's gonna be the end for you heathens, man? You know, and as well as you 2/3, man, that don't obey the gospel, that don't obey Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man, and trust in these idols, man, made of wood and stone, man. You Jake out here that trust in America, man. That trust in the shadow of Egypt, that don't cover with the covering of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man. How much worse for you guys, man? You know, because we men of the Lord, man, we hopeful elect, man, we're gonna go through it too, man. You know, we're gonna get persecuted, hated, spit on, you name it, man. You know, but how much more for you guys that forsook Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man? You know, it's gonna be hell for you guys, man. And it's gonna be hell for you guys down there in Brazil, man, trusting and calling on the name of Jesus right now, asking for more food, man. You know, calling on those idols, man. It's gonna be worse for you guys, man. All right.
Yeah. It's gonna be bad for these women that are having all these kids too. All these people that are having all these untimely births. If you're not of the elect or the 1/3, your children are gonna be destroyed. You're gonna starve to death. You're gonna end up eating your kids.
Yep.
And that's what we're seeing famine, right in front of our eyes. In Brazil, it's already been going on in Venezuela. It's already been going on in Puerto Rico. They still without power in parts of Puerto Rico, and that's the times we're coming into. And the Lord said there will be tokens.
Yep. So those tokens are there, man. Hey, and that's what we have to stay on as watchmen. We have to stay diligent, being watchmen. You know, so we can know what's going on around the world and what times we're in. Because by us seeing what's going on around the world is what tells us what times we're in. You know, because the reason why these people are all lost and all that is because they don't know what times they're in. They still think they could prosper. They could think they keep on going. They think it's time to party. They think, nah, man, hey, it's time to get right with Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. You know, and you know, do everything that you can do so that you will be able to survive and be saved. You know.
That's right. I got a precept if I may.
Go ahead.
This 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 18.
Go ahead.
It says, and it said, behold, the days come that I will begin to draw nigh and to visit them that dwell upon the earth. And that's the times we're living in. It describes that and tells you that in 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter.
Yeah, right.
And it talks about the same tokens in Matthew, the 24th chapter. Then it says, and will begin to make inquisition of them what they be that have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness, and when the affliction of Zion shall be fulfilled, and when the word that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished, then will I show these tokens. All right, that's what we're seeing. All right, the earthquakes. We're seeing that big ass volcano in Hawaii, which is spread into Yellowstone Park, which is going to activate those. It's going to activate those volcanoes. We're still seeing all kinds of earthquakes. We're still seeing all the tokens the Lord talked of.
There's I believe they had a tornado warning recently.
Yeah.
That was going towards Florida and all those states.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah, the Lord is stirring up. The Lord is showing us these tokens, man. Mm-hmm. This is our grace period to get right.
Yeah.
Then it says verse 20. It says, when the world that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished, then will I show these tokens. The book shall be opened before the firmament, and they shall see all together. And I'm going to skip to 22. It says, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, and the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. And that's going to be all these stores, all these different markets. All right, it's not going to be running to the store to get food. All right, people are not going to know how to react. They're not going to know that they should have been preparing their mind for this time. They shouldn't. Well, the Israelites should have been getting right with Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, their power. So these are tokens that you would have seen happening if you were getting right. But most of our people, 2/3 of them, they're not going to get right. All right, so they're going to have to succumb to all these plagues that the Lord's going to push out here, man. All these famines, all these ravishings. All right, all these killings, all these murders, it's gonna go up. It's gonna skyrocket because people are not gonna know what to do. And then their carnal mind's gonna take over. So they're just gonna do what their flesh tells them to do, which is beat people to death for stuff, try to get over on people, eat their children. There's all kinds of terrible things, evil times, as the scriptures say. Bad times.
I got one. This is 2nd Ezra 15 and 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand and fight against another with swords in their hands. You know? Hey, why? Because all the chaos is going to be going around. There's going to be no order, you know, in the times of coming. You know? It's going to be complete out chaos, man. You know? Hey, and you know, hey, Venezuela, Brazil, hey, we just seen we just read the article how they had how the prices of food and certain items skyrocketed. Hospitals ran out of supplies, you know.
Oh yeah.
Hey, how do you think those people are gonna react to that when they can't get their meds? You know, when they go to the store and they can't get, you know, food, you know. You know, especially right here in America, man. Hey, people are gonna go like the brother was explaining, man, and like it says right here in the scripture, they're gonna be fighting one another with swords in their hands. You know, it's gonna be well, what do you call it? Survival of the fittest.
Yep.
You know, that's what it's gonna be. It says, verse 16: For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. You know, hey, and that protest is going on in Brazil. That's part of this too. That's part of not them regarding their kings or princes. You know, that's them standing up against the government, against the ruler of their society. And the course of their actions shall stand in their power. You know, and that's also happening right here in America too. I mean, it's not because it's not like them, you know, because over there in these other countries they at least fight. You know, right here you have what they call a peaceful protest, a peaceful uproar. How can there's no such thing, man? You know. But soon those people protests are gonna turn exactly like the other ones, but first, I'm gonna keep going on this. It says, Salakia, I went too down. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings or princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. You know, which is martial law. You know, when it happens, you know, you're gonna wanna go like a couple blocks down, and you're not gonna be able to. It says, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread, and for great tribulation. You know, and that's exactly what's coming to America. You know, and that's what's happening in Brazil, and that's what's coming to America. You know, soon these people are gonna do that, man. You know, they're gonna start going to their little grocery stores. You know, Pete's, Whole Foods, Jewels. You know, they're gonna see it half empty, not be able to buy whatever it is that they wanted. You know, and they're gonna completely bug out. Then they're just gonna start looking at their neighbor like, oh shit. You know, hey, damn, I just seen them buy some food. I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna take it. You know, I don't care, man. I never liked to do it anyway. You know.
I got something right here. It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30 and verse 7. Kind of reads, at last, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. You know, and that's what's happening right now. That's what you see happening in Brazil. in Venezuela, Puerto Rico, and out there in South America, man. Hey, Jacob's trouble is really coming to full effect, man. Hey, Jacob, Israel, man. Jacob down there's about to go through some shit, man. They're about to go through famine. Days without water. It's gonna get hectic out there for them, man. It's gonna get crazy, man. And how much more here in America, man? Where people over here are spoiled and completely asleep to what's going on around the world, man.
Right. Hey, at least in Brazil, what they have fruitful trees. They have like more nature around them. Right. Hey, America doesn't have shit. Hey, Isa made this place. Isa made this place so you could completely trust and lean upon him for everything. So right here in America is gonna be way worse, man.
Look what he did, man. What Esau did to you, Jake, man. He gathered you guys. He built the city, and he put you guys in the city, bunched up on top, living on top of one another and shit. You hear your neighbors, fucking, or you can hear your neighbors having a party. He put you guys in that condition, man, to have better control over you, man. How like it said in that second Esdras, a man should desire to go into a city, but shall not be able to go into another city, man. Because out here in the city, man, Esau has more control of you, man. He's able to block off the streets and stuff. He has Jake backed up in the corner, man. There's no trees over here. There's no fruit trees. There's nothing. There's no food over here, man. There's no farms. Jake is really the ones that are living in the city, man. Hey, and Jacob is gonna go through it, man. It's gonna be ugly out here, man. When shit hits the fan, man. We're reading on, but he shall be saved out of it, man. And Lord willing, man, we're that part of that hopeful elect that will be saved out of Jacob's trouble, man, out of all this madness, man. That we'll be able to get through these times that are to come, man. Through these famines, Lord willing, would be the Yahweh Shai servants. Lord willing, He'll feed us in that day, man. Lord willing, He'll give us plenty of food and water, man, to get through, man. And the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to get through those times, man. Lord willing, we're those men, man.
That's right.
Lord willing, the Spirit be on us, to be able to discern, to go left or right, to know what to do, not to break down, something. Hey, Lord willing, we're part of those men, man.
That's right. That's it. Hey, and hey, but this, that was pretty much it, but hey, it shows you that, hey, these signs are happening, and the more they happen, the sooner it's gonna come to America, Hey, so hey, hey, we gotta keep an eye out, so we can know, man, we could be aware, And with that, hey, hope you brothers were edified through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Hey, just hey, keep on pushing, man. Keep on looking out for these signs, man. Because we are in those days, but soon it's gonna be right in front of our door.
It's gonna come to a city near you.
Yep.
Pretty soon it's gonna be all of America, man. You already see people here in Illinois fleeing. Gas prices are going up. Here in Illinois, it's hard to live, man. Illinois might be one of the. I speak as a man. Illinois might be one of the first states, to experience all this Jacob's trouble. From martial law to hit, man.
All right, and some nice words. And with that, we're going to give our praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Yasharallah that rule well. And salutations to you, Achim, out there in the highways and the byways, preaching this word in truth and in sincerity. Shalom.
Shalom.
Abba Ball.
Abba Ball.